What's up, everyone? I'm DJ Hamilton, and you're tuned into the DJ Sports Show, where we give you the latest, greatest, and most exciting sports stories in the world of sports, from interviews to having people's stories heard and told. This is the DJ Sports Show. Let's get it! What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ Hamilton, DJ Sports Show. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like, subscribe button, and share anybody you know who loves sports. And listen, audio platforms I'm on, leave a 5-star rating and share anybody you know. No Dylan in this episode today. We got my guy Jeffrey Robinson in the house. We're going to talk some NFC West with us, along with my guy Nicholas Mullick. How you doing today, fellas?
Bang. Glad to be back again, dude. Can't wait.
Happy to be here.
Nicholas is on a marathon right now.
I'm on a marathon or a triathlon. I don't know. Like this, is, I think number 3. I think it is, or I don't know. I've lost count after 1.
Yeah. How you doing, Jeffrey?
Doing good. Happy to be here. Happy to talk about some football, some decent teams, some incredibly decent teams.
Yeah. But first, team we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the Arizona Cardinals. They were 8-9 last year. They missed the playoffs. This is a team that strengthened their defensive interior. They added depth to their linebacker corps. They signed edge rusher Josh Sweat, along with defensive lineman Calais Campbell from the Dolphins and Dalvin Tomlinson from the Browns. They selected defensive tackle Walter Nolan from Arizona with the 16th overall pick. And they added defensive linebacker Akeem Davis Gather, who adds depth and versatility in the secondary for them. They also have a new quarterback and the backup quarterback to provide depth behind Kyler Murray and Jacoby Brissett. But this is a team last year that really struggled stopping the run, where they ranked 25th in opponent yards per rush and 20th in rushing yards allowed and 18 touchdowns per game. They did lose linebacker Kaiser White. They lost edge Dennis Gardeck from to the Jaguars and defensive tackle Roy Lopez to the Lions. This is a team that they've always had, like Kyler Murray's always been a guy who always had a lot of talent, but he's kind of inconsistent. We don't know, and part of that is due to his height. He can't really see over the defense, which plays a part of the problem. But last year, you also have a young rookie receiver in Marvin Harrison, who came in with a lot of hype. He had a underwhelming rookie season, to say the least. 885 yards just about, and 8 touchdowns. Everybody was expecting him to be a superstar receiver, like right out of the gate. Everybody thought he was going to be an immediate impact receiver. He's 6'3", around 220. I watched him at Ohio State. I was like, this guy is incredible. You know, he's a son of the famous Hall of Fame wide receiver Marvin Harrison, who was one of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history. So everybody expected him to do the same. But I thought he was going to have an impact wide receiver season of the level of like a Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, but that wasn't the case. I'm not saying he's a bust because it's only his rookie season, but I want to see him take to the next level this year. I want him to get to the next level and become a star in the league. I like to see him be a little bit quicker off the line of scrimmage and getting into his routes, because I feel like he could be a dangerous receiver. He has all the tools, but I want to see him put together. But this Cardinals team is very talented, but I just don't know if they really have everything they need to be a true contender. I have them going 9-8 and missing the playoffs.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is a mediocre football team. There's potential for the future. I still think Jonathan Gannon's a solid coach, but there's still a lot of problems with this Arizona team. I want to normally start with the offense. I want to start with the defense. You said they improved the interior defensive line. Here's the problem. Their first-round pick, Walter Nolan, might not even play this year. He's already injured, and there's a report that he could potentially be on the block. Like, he could be on the PUP list for probably the year. So it's not good for losing him. Secondary, it's still Budda Baker and nobody else. I mean, Jalen Thompson's okay, but there's still a lot of holes on this defense. Defensively, there's still issues in the interior defensive line with Walter Nolan's injury. Their secondary is a little shaky as well. And I don't know about their linebacker core. I think their linebacker core is kind of mediocre as well. I mean, I'm looking at their current guys. The only guy that really stands out is Josh Sweat. And besides that, not much. So there's still plenty of work that needs to be done on this defense. So I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to see like who belongs and who doesn't. But hey, at least they got Calais Campbell back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think offensively, they're in an interesting spot because Kyler Murray, he's been in the league for a little bit now, and he's definitely hit his ceiling. We're not going to see Kyler Murray have like a top 10 quarterback type of year where he's running around for 800 yards or something like that. That's not going to happen. And Marvin Harrison, yes, he was decent last year. I think he's definitely going to improve this year. I don't know if you guys saw the photos of him compared
Oh
to
my God,
compared to last
he
year, but
gained
Yeah,
a
he's
lot of
he got
muscle.
yoked.
he's big.
Like,
He got
He's
yoked.
and
Like,
maybe he'll be slower. I don't know how that works. I'm not going to
Yeah.
claim how that works.
I mean,
but he looks good.
there's obvious cases where like players are on like steroids and not steroids. That's an example of
Not.
non-steroids. Non-steroid, how
Yeah.
to do it the right way.
Non-steroid.
And I gotta say, I'm happy for the kid. He's done a good job. The one thing that concerns me on the offense, like you said, there's Marvin Harrison. They also have Trey McBride at tight end, but besides that, can you name another receiver or like target to throw to? Like I'm looking at.
I think
There's nobody that really stands out.
I'm
I
looking.
mean, do any of these guys excite you, Nick? Michael Wilson, Xavier Weaver, like Greg Dortch? Like,
No, I mean Zay Jones.
any
Zay
of
Jones
these
is
guys?
overrated. I'm stunned that guy's still in the league, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
But no, none of these guys excite me. And the running game. I mean, James Conner. I love James Conner. He's great. Trey Benson's like that was a guy who years ago many projected as a first round prospect. I didn't see. I felt like third, second round was the way for him. Maybe he could have a standout, but there's no depth. Like I said, excluding the running back, a tight end. Like all they have behind Trey McBride is Tip Bowman. Tip Ryman. Like there's nothing, and this O line is a little shaky too. I mean, I love Paris Johnson. That's a great pick. That's a great blocker. But besides that, I don't really like any of these guys. Like Jonah Williams stinks. Like he's been a bust. Evan Brown, the center, nothing. I mean, it's so bad that they had to bring back Will Hernandez, who hasn't been good in like 3 years. That's how bad the offensive line is. Now, the thing with Arizona, there's like I said with the defense, there's pieces here. I still think Arizona is looking to see who belongs and who doesn't. And I think a 500 record is the goal, but I can't with this team. I'm projecting them to go 6 to 7 wins. That's where I think they are.
Ooh.
I think a lot of it depends on how well their running backs do because they're really going to have to rely heavily on the run because they don't have anywhere else to go. James Conner has been phenomenal throughout his whole career when he's playing. That's the thing. It's a big if. And last year he did a fine job of staying on the field. It was his only time in his career staying on the field. So he's got that going for him. And then Trey Benson, he was pretty good at his senior year at Florida State and showed some flashes last year that I think he can maybe not be the guy, but he can be a good 2 behind Connor. But if the running backs don't work out, maybe both of them get injured or whatever the case is, then they're really in deep trouble this year. I think they're definitely going to wind up around the 6 to 7 wins like you were talking about, especially with Kyler Murray. Like I was saying, he's capped where he's at. He's going to be 30, 31 here in the next year or two. So I think it's only downhill from here. It's not like he was just drafted out of Oklahoma and we're still talking about how excited we are. No, because we know what we're getting. So definitely not a Cardinals team that we're going to be looking forward to seeing this season.
Damn, you almost made it sound like Kyler Murray should have chose the MLB instead of football. He probably would have been better off.
No,
really
he made the right choice there. I mean, like baseball, he's an underrated baseball player, but him as an NFL quarterback, he would make as much money compared to baseball. And worse for worse, if it doesn't pan out with his quarterback career, that's a nice backup plan in Las Vegas. Imagine if like he pulls a Bo Jackson and he decides I'm going to play baseball. If he ever like gets moved to the Raiders because the Athletics are in Las Vegas. Imagine if like he goes, you know what? I'm going to pull a double duty. I'm going to be here during baseball games and you're going to see me on Sundays. Let's do it.
You never know. You can age so much better in baseball than you can football. So anything.
Well, that depends. I mean, unless you're like doing PEDs, like there are certain players that do PEDs that don't age well.
Not even, unless you're
There
like
are
Tom
certain
Brady,
players
you're
who
just
do
a
lose.
outlier.
Well,
You know?
the difference with Tom Brady is like that dude put himself in like a laboratory. He made his entire home into like a
Yeah.
laboratory of like a plant-based
Crazy.
diet, like the way how he like
Yeah.
massages himself. I mean, like I'm not even joking. Like it's crazy to see how that guy trains himself. Like it's
Same with LeBron
insane.
in
Take it
basketball.
so seriously. He
In a
was
lab,
willing to get
he has a lab
divorced
in his
over
house.
it.
Yeah, but before we conclude with the Cardinals, I got to say this: who do you think is going to be the scapegoat for this season if they have like if they're one of the worst teams in the league and they are like at the 3 to 4 win range? Who do you think will be the scapegoat?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would have to say they might try to blame it on a little bit on Kyler Murray because you're at the point now in your career, you're a veteran quarterback. We expect you to take us to the next level. You have all the talent in the world. We know what kind of talent you have, but we need to see that produce and be conducive to winning. So I think Kyler Murray will probably be part of the scapegoat.
And we're not talking about COD here, Kyler. We're talking about football. Okay, well, what about you, Jeffrey?
I think if Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't do very well this year, if he's under 1,000 yards, then I think everyone's just going to be pissed at him because that's the easy thing to do. And it's the same with quarterback. Every single team that loses a game, which is every team, is going to get their quarterback blamed for something, and everyone's going to be mad at them. They're going to be mad at the head coach. But with how hyped Marvin Harrison Jr. was coming into last year, coming out of college, if he doesn't perform to be one of the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL, then everyone's just going to raise hell and everyone's going to be upset. And I don't know what they'll say. Maybe he'll be a nepotism baby like Arch Manning is currently.
Oh, God. That was bad. I said that last podcast. That was bad. Oh, my God.
I went to the gym and it's on alert. Arch Manning threw a pick.
I mean,
it's like, damn, Bleacher Report? Bleacher Report has no chill, bro.
Look, I get it's the first game of the season, but I don't blame the kid himself. This is not on the kid. I blame his grandfather for opening his mouth way too much. Like, that amount of hype, like, given to a young kid like that could get into anyone's head.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for him because it takes a lot in the age of NIL. And this is a little off topic.
No, that's
make
fine.
this quick.
You're good.
I mean, hell, he might play for this team if the Cardinals suck in like 2 years.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot for a guy to stay at his college this is his third year at Texas now. And I think that's great. There's so many quarterbacks who just leave and want to transfer after year 1, year 2, year 3, and they're just going to different colleges
or want to declare as early.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example. Anthony Richardson. The biggest mistake that guy ever made was declaring for the draft as early as he did. He was too raw, too injury prone. His techniques were not good at all. And I'm glad. And here's another thing too with the Manning family. They care about your education. Like Peyton, like he delayed his time going to the NFL, A, because he refused to go to the Jets, and B, because he wanted to get the education. And I'm glad that there are athletes out there that are more focused on finishing their education. And I think as well, the NIL money is what's driving them to stay in college longer. So I think that's factored into it.
No, definitely. And I don't know if this will help persuade you guys' opinion at all, but the Cardinals do have the first 2 games easy. That should be easy wins. The Saints and the Panthers. Yeah. Then they play the Titans in Week 5. That should be 3 easy wins right there.
The Cardinals
will be 5 games.
I know it's early. I'm going to say this now. The Cardinals are my survivor pick Week 1. I think that if they can't beat the Saints, who are the worst team in the NFL by a country mile, then that's pretty telling. And I'd rather burn them there.
Yeah. So I got them going 8-9 wins around there and missing the playoffs. All right. So the next team we got, the San Francisco 49ers.
Ooh.
Last season, 6-11, missed the playoffs, and this is coming after a season before that they made the Super Bowl, which is, a lot of injuries they did have and stuff like that. But some key notes I have for them: they promoted Clay Kubiak as offensive coordinator, but they did lose several important players. They lost Deebo Samuels. They traded him to the Commanders, and like the linebacker Dre Greenlaw joining the Broncos. So you don't have those key components on the team anymore. Along with John Feliciano's retirement, you have offensive lineman Aaron Banks, who signed with the Green Bay Packers. The defensive tackle Javon Hargrave inked a contract with the Vikings. They lost some key guys, man. They added Mac Jones. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but
Scrub.
they added cornerback
Scrub.
Trey Brown, Seahawks. They added Luke Farrell, tight end, linebacker Luke Gifford. They do have the easiest schedule in the league, though, this season when I looked at the strength of schedule. So they might be able to be somewhat competent due to the easy schedule they have. But we need to see Brock Purdy get back to his 2023 level when he finished 4th in MVP. He had over 4,000 yards that season, 113 passer rating. He needs to get back to that type of player who can make an effect on the football game. You're not going to have Deebo Samuels no more, but you do have Brandon Ayuk there still. You do have John Juwan Jennings as your receiver as well. Ricky Pearsall needs to step up. He's going to have an expanded role with this team. Those guys are going to have to step up for Purdy to be effective, but, the narrative on Purdy has always been he only is really great because the great receivers. He's not like he's actual great quarterback. It's always been kind of the narrative. He's always been kind of lucky in the system he's in, but I need to see him be the system to take over and help your team win games. I think he's going to have to show that this season.
Yeah, I get what you're saying here. I think a guy that needs to step up is Trent Williams. He declined last year. He was not, blindside blocker. Trent Williams was, and it really affected Purdy. Purdy is still a good quarterback. I never understood why he fell to the 7th round. I had him more as like a mid-4th round prospect, but like him going to the 7th round, Mr. Irrelevant. I never understood that.
Yeah, I always wonder why is that his nickname, and he's not even that bad. Like he's solid.
He
is.
He
led a team to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I just don't get the disrespect. He gets disrespected too much for me.
He's not Colin Kaepernick level of bad. Colin Kaepernick, when he had that rise, that's a 1-year wonder. That is a definition, because ever since he had that 1 year, bringing
that 2012-13 season when they made the Super Bowl against the Ravens.
Yeah, that was a 1-year wonder type season, because Kaepernick was never that good after that year. Anyways, going back to the Niners team, there's pieces here, and to be honest, Deebo wanted out. He wanted out of San Francisco, and people are hyping up, Drake Greenlaw's a big loss. He played last year with a bad ankle. I think he ruptured his Achilles at that Super Bowl, and I don't remember if he played a game. And I feel
I remember when he got hurt.
Oh my God, how he basically was like
bad. I felt so bad.
That was the moment, by the way, they lost that game. I still firmly believe that. With San Francisco, their offense, I gotta tell you, I think Christian McCaffrey staying healthy is important. That dude, when healthy, is the most important player on that offense. And I think I love the Brian Robinson trade for them. They needed a backup badly. I'm not a big fan of Isaac Guerrero. I don't think he's that great. And they did need a replacement to Jordan Mason. So I think Brian Robinson is fine. George Kittle is a great tight end, as always. And if this O-line holds up, they still got pieces, And on defense, like the defense they needed to draft that 1st round pick, I love the Michael Williams pick because they need another pass rusher besides Nick Bosa. And I like the fact that when they brought Robert Saleh to be the defense coordinator, terrible head coach, good defensive coordinator. I think that's going to really help them. Putting Bryce Huff at that spot as well. He knows his system. I think that's a perfect fit. Even like they have depth pieces on this team, like Gross Matos, who hasn't lived up to his 2nd round draft pedigree. He's a great player. At linebacker, you have like Fred Warner, who, by the way, they got in the Alvin Kamara. That was a part of the Mitchell Trubisky trade. Fred Warner and Alvin Kamara were those 2 of those 3 picks. But yeah, there's still pieces there. And I feel like the secondary may be a little shaky, but there's pieces here. And you can't deny this, even though he's a complete choke artist and never recovered after 28-3 with his reputation. Kyle Shanahan is still a good coach. And coaching matters in this game.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about their offense because Ricky Pearsall, after he came back from getting shot last year,
that was terrible.
He did a pretty good job. Yeah, it was an awful situation. I can imagine one getting shot, but playing in the NFL after that. But he did fine, but it just feels so dysfunctional. Juwan Jennings came out last year and had almost 1,000 receiving yards, which is great, but he hadn't done anything before then in his career. You have, like I was saying, Ricky Pearsall got up to over 400 yards and limited action, but nothing too crazy. And then Ayuk, I don't even know what's going on with Ayuk. He's just
I think he's on
all
the
over the place.
PUP list, and I believe DJ, you can fact check me here and make sure you do because I don't want to be wrong here. I believe he's out the first 4 weeks of the season, if I remember correctly.
Looking right now.
Yeah,
Bad injury update
But-
season.
So I think their wide
Does he
receiver
tore both
portion-
his MCL and ACL?
yeah.
So
I don't think he's going to be available for at least the first 4 weeks.
So Kyle Shanahan said this like earlier this month that he's expected to probably be back around week 6.
Okay.
Might be a logical return date for him.
Yeah.
So that's maybe week 6 around that time.
Yeah, which is
So he's probably gonna miss like the first like third of the season or something like that.
around there. But here's the, I love
Yeah.
Juwan Jennings. I'm glad he was one of the bright spots for San Francisco last year. And again, Pierce Hall's got to step up. I wasn't a big fan of the Pierce Hall pick. I thought that was a bit of a reach. I had him more as a 3rd and 4th round prospect, but the ceiling is high for him. I just feel like if he didn't like have the off the field incident where he got shot, he probably would have played a little better because it's hard to come back from getting shot, you know, like it's hard. I don't know what the proper way to say
like,
it is.
Like none of us have experience with that, and we never hope that
time
happens to anybody.
The only time I've ever gotten a shot was the one I went to go get my flu shot a year ago. Like that's the only experience. That's it.
Not a gun wound.
That and my COVID shot. That's the only experience I got with that. But I still think this team will come back. They'll have an above 500 record. I still have them having 10 wins. Because I think they have a very easy schedule, and I think they'll have 10 wins. And depending how things go, maybe they'll get the 7th or 6th seed.
Yeah. So I haven't gone 10. Oh, are you gonna say Jeffrey?
No, I really like the Brian Robinson trade for a few different reasons. Obviously, CMC is constantly hurt, and he's aging. So while he may be healthy now, I don't know how long that's going to last, but every single running back that was put into that system last year thrived, and they may have all gotten hurt. Garindo, Mason, they both did phenomenally in replace of CMC, and they gave up a 6th round pick to get Robinson. He's experienced. He's done pretty well over the last couple of years, so I think that is definitely going to bode well for them and add some much needed depth, especially after losing Jordan Mason. It's not like you're losing CMC, but he still did really well, like I was saying, whenever CMC was out. So I expect the 49ers to do pretty well, rely on their defense a little bit, and probably come out with around 8 or 9 wins. I'm not expecting them to be a big playoff team this year just because dysfunctional wide receiver core, and then you never know what's going to happen with the running backs, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, are you related to Robinson, Jeffrey Robinson over there? Are you related to?
No, I was about to say that.
I'm not related to Mr.
My
Robinson.
bad, Nick.
Damn, I was going to say that. Oh.
Hey, it'd be cool.
Hey, me in sync. We think it alike.
Bro, hey, I'd be rather related to Bijan Robinson, but you know what?
Bijan, he's a monster. Yeah, dude, the monster. Yeah, we were talking about that. NFC, their NFC South. Yeah, Bijan's a beast. But yeah, I have this Niners team going 9-10 wins because they have the easy schedule in the league, and also Ayuk's gonna miss time, so I know that's gonna hurt them early on because now with Sam Hill's gone and Ayuk was basically like your go-to guy. Juwan Jennings and Purcell, I don't know how he's going to step up, especially after come back from a gunshot wound. I want to see how they be able to do in big games. But you're playing the Seahawks to start off. The Saints, that should be an easy win. The Seahawks are not going to be as, good. They have their quarterback kind of, Geno Smith's not there no more. I'm not expecting
Sam Darnold is their quarterback, Mr. Mono Man himself.
Yeah. I don't know how he's going to do now that he's not in the Minnesota Vikings system, but I'm interested to see how that plays out. The Cardinals are always a wild card to me. They kind of remind me a little bit of like the Miami Dolphins, but in NFC. They're a talented team, but very inconsistent, and you never know what you're going to get.
There's a difference between
that's who they remind me of.
There's a difference between that Arizona Cardinals and the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins have a horrible coach. I think Mike McDaniel is number one on the hot seat right now. I think
I remember we spoke about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Him
my
and
friend me and Manny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike McDaniels, and I know we're talking about NFC West, but like me and my friend Manny, we spoke about it in the AFC East. If he don't get them to the playoffs this year, past the wild card round, I think he's gone. he's gone.
Why is he allowed to vape on the sidelines?
It's crazy. Yeah, I just thought about
should be allowed to vape ever.
That's
so
crazy.
I'm with you
Like,
on that.
how is he allowed to do?
Yeah.
Like, you could see him too on the sidelines doing it, and there's camera footage of him basically vaping, like having one of those like weird sticky things.
Like, sir, you're supposed to be a leader of men. You're supposed to be a leader, a coach. Like, what are you doing? That's a bad example. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
But,
like,
yeah.
him and Chris Greer need to go. Then again, Chris Greer probably has like he has to have something on Stephen Ross to keep his job as long as he's had, because that dude should have been fired the moment Flores got fired.
Yeah. But yeah, I have the Niners. I have them missing the playoffs. I think they'll get 9 to 10 wins, but I just don't think with Ayuk being out for the first like third of the season, and then I'm kind of worried about your offense overall. I think you guys are going to, but I do trust their system. I think they'll get at least 9 to 10 wins because that's the culture they built. But I still see them missing the playoffs. All right, so the next team we have here, we got the Seattle Seahawks. So 10-7 last year, missed the playoffs. So they're still trying to kind of find their footing as an organization since entering the post-Pete Carroll era under Mike McDonald. They're not going to have to deal with a new quarterback after the Geno Smith trade to the Raiders. They signed Sam Darnold to a 3-year, $100.5 million contract, $55 million guaranteed in money, 37.5.
After that bad of
$37.5.
I'm sorry. After that bad of a playoff performance, you give him $100 million contract? Really? Really?
Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. And he was a bust at New York.
Oh God!
And I know you're a Jets fan.
I blame
so
it.
you
I
could,
blame it.
I know you watched a lot of those games.
Oh, I blame that more on the awful coaching. Todd Bowles, I don't care what anyone says. Todd Bowles, not good head coach. The only reason why he's perceived as good is because the NFC South sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
And Adam Headgase, because I will never call him Adam Gase. That dude's a Headgase. Oh my God! Don't even get me started. The only reason why he managed to get a job there was because he was Peyton Manning's coffee boy. If he didn't, cook Peyton a mean cup of coffee, he wouldn't have coached as long as he did. Anyways, Darnold getting $100 million, I'm happy for him because I feel like he deserved better and he has the talent. But after that playoff game, I just don't see why you would give him $100 million. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you think he's like the new generation version of Kirk Cousins?
I don't know about that. I don't know about
Kirk
that.
Cousins, he's a fleecer. His agent, I want to know who his agent is because, man, oh man, he has gotten paid through the years.
Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy how many fully guaranteed contracts, franchise tags, fleecing the Atlanta Falcons, who are nimrods for even giving him that fully guaranteed contract. We're getting off.
And he was never an All-Pro either.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. And
crazy.
The thing with Seattle too is, and we're gonna continue to talk with Darnold. I've said this off the podcast. Is he really an upgrade over Geno Smith? Because I don't think he is. I really don't.
I think Geno's better. Geno's way better than Sam Darnold. Geno has better escapability out of the pocket. Darnold's his arm isn't bad, but I just think Geno overall as a quarterback, I'd rather have him leading my franchise if I'm any coach.
Plus, it was just one good year. That was it. He sucked for many years. Multiple different teams, and then he
was so bad. He was so bad in Carolina. Well, then again, I blame that on Matt Rule, but he was so bad in Carolina. I remember watching those games. I'm like, oh my God, Matt Rule is so fired. That was basically what I said there. And
this team, they did add a new offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak from the New Orleans Saints. They dismissed Ryan Grubb. Just wanted to mention that. They did have a struggling offensive unit. When I looked it up, they surrendered 39.4% pressure rate, which was 30th in the league last year, and 8.3 sack rate, 24th. Sam Darnold, I hope this is not the same situation he had with the New York Jets when he had a terrible offensive line.
This O-line is not the worst. I like Charles Cross, Abraham Lucas. He was kind of, 50-50 there. Greg Zabel. I love that pick a lot because I thought he was super underrated at North Dakota. North Dakota is actually very underrated college. There's a lot of offensive line prospects. Many people forget Carson Wentz came from North Dakota State. And there are a lot of good players that come out of there, and I like the Greg Zabel pick. There's still talent surrounding him. I mean, you have Jackson Smith, Jigba, Cooper Kupp is there. I love the Elijah Arroyo pick. I mean, we'll see if he's going to be the number one guy. They still have Kenneth Walker. at the backfield, and there's pieces. And by the way, Zach Charbonnet, who's terrible, he stinks too. I mean, I've given up on Charbonnet, but there's still pieces on this offense for Darnold to succeed. It's not like he doesn't have anyone surrounding him. There's plenty of options for him to throw to utilize. It's now up to Darnold to properly utilize that talent on the field, if you get where I'm going here. And
yeah, I think I'd be interested to see, Nicholas, what you think about the Jalen Milroe pick, because watching him in college, I don't know who needs to talk to him, but if they can get that man to calm down and not just run around everywhere like a chicken with his head cut off,
he's not
pick and choose when you run. I think he'll be a lot more accurate that way when he's not just running around frantically. And I genuinely think that could turn into like a Lamar Jackson type of thing. He's not soon, but he has the ceiling certainly for.
He's a developmental pick. I like it. I like that Jalen Milroe went there. He's going to be the third stringer. People forget that they got Drew Lock to return as well. I don't know why. He stinks too. But Drew Lock is there. He'll help mentor him, and with Darnold as the starter. I mean, who knows? Maybe Joe Milroe, with a year of development under there, he could turn out to do well. I mean, I always give prospects 2 to 3 years of development. I mean, with Milroe, with some time to sit behind and learn, could he turn into like Patrick Mahomes, who sat a year behind Alex Smith and he turned well? Or
hey, let's not go that far now.
Let's not go too far. Let me finish here. Or could he develop like Hendon Hooker did, where he had a few years to sit behind him and he didn't turn into much? If you get where I'm going here, will the extra year of rest get him to where he could be?
I think they have a good offense. I really like their offense. JSN, I am a big JSN fan. I think he really broke out last year. And Elijah Arroyo, he was pretty good in college. I'm expecting him to do pretty well with the Seahawks this year. He had almost 600 yards receiving.
He has to start this year because I'm looking at their depth chart right now. I don't know who half these guys are, except for maybe Eric Siebert, and I don't think he's that. I think he's more of a blocking tight end, but like he has to start. He has to.
Yeah, the only problem with their offense is there's no depth. Cooper Kupp is like 95 years old. I think that man is probably going to get hurt just walking out on the field. And behind JSN and Cooper Kupp, you have just the most random assortment of wide receivers I've ever seen in my entire life. Jake Bobo, Torrey Horton, these guys.
Torrey Horton has potential. He has potential as a 5th-round rookie. I think he has potential.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
I could see him definitely getting some starting snaps if they feel he's ready for the role. I mean, with the depth they have currently, it's not a bad thing to say. And I don't know. I mean, you could even say that too at running back. Like I said, Charbonnet stinks. He reeks. But
well, it looks like MVS beat out Horton for the number 3 role. So looks like we won't be seeing Horton yet, but maybe somewhere down the line.
I forgot MVS was. Is MVS still Seahawk?
Not according to the depth chart, but according to what I'm looking at, he is. Let's see.
Yeah.
He's still.
I'm pretty sure he's not on this in Seattle right now. Let me go into Bing real quick.
He's on the Niners.
There it is.
Yeah,
there it is. Yep. Nice. This is why we fact checked, guys.
So he recently. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
That's why was within the last couple of days too.
Yeah, that was just recently because I see NFL.com right now 1 day ago.
Nice.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, literally. So he just did that.
Hey, maybe that'll open it up for Torrey Horton. You never know. He'll throw out of Colorado State.
He's got potential. I do like him a little bit. I mean, there's still a lot.
Where would you rank him among?
I'm sorry, DJ. What did you say?
I was going to ask, where would you rank him like amongst your excitement of rookie receivers?
From what grade level? From a 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest.
Yeah, 1 to 10.
Probably more in like the 3 to 4 range. Like there's the hint of it.
So, damn, sorry.
Probably like you know what I mean. Like there's the hint of it, but I'm not overly excited about it. Like there's a hint of me seeing like, okay, this is intriguing, but it's not like scrub level bad with like you're like a 1 or a 2. Like, I think he's a scrub. The 3 is like, okay, he's intriguing. Maybe scrub, but intriguing. You know what I mean?
He's not like the Yeah, he's not like Matthew Golden, like when we talked about the
Oh,
NFC
I think
North with
that
the Packers.
he is a sleeper
That dude's gonna
rookie of
be
the year. I think he's a sleeper rookie of the
yeah,
year candidate. We
yeah,
didn't mention the
that's true.
defense. Um, Again, there's
Yeah,
pieces on this defense. I mean, they have like Leonard Williams, who's great, Byron Murphy, Jaron Reed, who's coming back here. The DeMarcus Lawrence, which remember when he was a Cowboy, when they
they
often
signed
referred
him.
to him. You want to know what they often referred to him in Dallas as? The other
What?
DeMarcus. Get it? Because DeMarcus Ware was there at the time, and then he left.
Yep, the Marcus Ware. Yep, Marcus
The
Ware was a
other
beast.
DeMarcus. I mean, Ernest Jones is okay at linebacker. They have a hole there. Their secondary is okay. I mean, Tariq Woolen, who I was so high on. I remember during the 2022 NFL draft, I had him as my number 5 cornerback at that draft. So I think he's good. Devin Witherspoon's great. Kobe Bryant, not that Kobe Bryant, the basketball player, like the
Yeah,
safety.
different Kobe Bryant.
He's great. They got Julian Love as well. Josh Jobe is okay. I gotta be honest with you. I think the Nick Emanuori pick is gonna definitely do a ton of damage with that secondary if he could stay healthy. He has potential. I mean, there's a lot of excitement for this defense, but again, with like I said with the Cardinals, I still feel like they're still trying to figure out who belongs and who doesn't. Am I the only one that thinks that?
No,
Yeah,
no, I
no, I
agree with
agree.
you. And then this Seahawks team as well. They also have their 11th easiest schedule in the league. So it's not like they don't have a hard schedule, but they don't have like the easiest of schedules coming
Yeah.
up this season. So if I had to make my prediction for this team, I
Yeah.
have them going around 8 to 9 wins, 8 to 9.
Yep.
And I see them missing the playoffs.
Well,
That's why I see.
I'm a little mixed with that. I'm debating between San Francisco and Seattle in that role. But I'm kind of agreeing with you missing the playoffs. I have them at around 8 to 9 wins as well. It really depends on how the wild card gets fit, and we'll see. We'll see.
What about you, Jeffrey? Where you have the Seahawks?
Yeah, that's where I'm at as well. I'm not expecting too crazy of anything to happen, but I also could see them just if Sam Darnold is not able to live up to that massive contract then I could easily see them at 6, maybe 7 wins, just because Sam Darnold's floor is on the floor.
Yep.
His ceiling is
right there.
I
said Sam Darnold's floor is on the floor.
I 1,000% agree. And it's hard to not admit this as well. Their special teams very, very underrated. I mean, Michael Dickinson's one of the best punters in the league, and Jason Myers is still a good kicker. He really is still a good kicker.
Amen. Yeah, I agree with you. Now that was a smooth bar right there, Jeffrey.
Championships.
That was a smooth little riddle you had there. Sam Darnold's floor is on the floor.
Appreciate that.
All right, so the final team we have here for the NFC West, we got the Los Angeles Rams. Honestly, there wasn't really that much this team this offseason that really stood out to me. But last season they were 10-7. They lost to the Eagles in the divisional round. That was a crazy game in the snow I was watching last year.
Oh my God,
that game!
Probably my favorite
Saquon
game.
Went off that
probably
game.
My favorite game of the playoffs was the Rams and Eagles. That was a really fun game. I'm not going to count the Ravens choking it up like they always do. I'm not going to count the Buffalo Bills being another. Like, they can never beat the Chiefs in the playoff. They're basically, the Buffalo Bills and Chiefs are basically what the Pittsburgh Steelers during the Big Ben era was with the New England Patriots. But yeah, that was a fun game.
Bro, that game was exhilarating. So really the big thing coming for the Rams I have for them this season, they acquired all-pro wide receiver Devontae Adams in a trade from the Jets. This gives them a clear need that they need the receiver position, especially the departure of Cooper Kupp now, who was a former Triple Crown winner, but now he had a lot of injuries over the last couple of years, so he wasn't really the same player. Adams is there for the next 2 years, $44 million contract. I expect him to be a major contributor in that Rams offense alongside Puka Nacua. Those are going to be your number 1 and 2 go-to receivers. But there's been a lot of talk, but there's a lot of injuries this season coming into the season with Matthew Stafford. Is he healthy? Do you think he could last the season, guys?
Back injuries concern me. Back injuries concern me so much. Like I always say to everyone when it comes to football, neck and back injuries are no joke whatsoever. And no joke. The fact that Stafford,
sharp.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. And Tony
Yeah.
Romo as well, because remember when Romo had those back issues, he never was the same player, and he basically retired to go do CBS because he did get a Houston Texans contract, but because of his back issues, he just couldn't play. And with Stafford, the fact I'm hearing like he needs injections is just so scary, and I
That's not
really
good.
not good at all. And then again, like Stafford's another like. Then again, to be honest, his wife she needs to zip her mouth with the stuff she says on her podcast. Like, remember, like she needs to zip her mouth because she's spewing out way too much.
Yeah. It's why some people should just
yeah,
not be on a podcast.
When you
Hey,
basically,
we're some of
yeah,
them.
when you
We don't
basically
know.
say on your podcast, I messed around with your college backup, like, yeah, just to make you jealous.
That's
You
why.
need
That
to.
is
I could
diabolical,
not
bro.
believe she said that on that podcast. And I'm like, yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, crazy.
That's why. What were you gonna say, Jeffrey?
So looking at their defense a little bit, I think they have a pretty solid defense. Braden Fisk, he's going to just keep improving from what he did last year. 8.5 sacks. He was really a solid addition to something that they needed. And Jared Verse, he also throughout the year he just kept improving, and I think he's going to be him and Nate Landman. I'm a big Nate Landman fan. I think he's underrated. He's an underrated linebacker, but he's been doing pretty well over the last couple of years, and I expect those guys to kind of hold down the front seven for the Rams, and they're going to have a pretty solid defense. But overall, it really just offensively comes down to Matthew Stafford because he's been hurt the last couple of years. He's getting older. He's 37. I'm always going to love him as a Georgia fan, but I just don't think that Matthew Stafford's going to be able to lead them to the promised lands again.
You think Jimmy G?
Especially as a 37-year-old.
You think Jimmy G can?
No.
What about
I don't
Stetson
think Jimmy
Bennett,
G.
who stinks?
Okay, Stetson Bennett. I will live and die on the hill that Stetson Bennett is the greatest college
I remember
quarterback
him in Georgia,
of all
man.
time.
I
No,
remember him.
well, he managed.
Not as
He
much.
managed to sneak by the system, like going back every single year of college, just so he can play. Like, he broke the
Yeah, he took
system.
5-6 years. I'm like, bro, get up, bro, retire already. Get out of college, man. Graduate.
Him and
damn, bro.
like with
Give
him,
someone else a chance.
it was a flaw. It's a flaw in the college system with Stetson Bennett. And
hey, at least it's over now. No more COVID years. No,
Yeah.
those years are done now.
We did forget to mention too at running back for the Rams, like Kyron Williams is great, but like he's not like the type of running back you can trust. And they don't really have a lot of great depth at running back. I mean, Blake Corum hasn't really panned out, and they used a 4th-round pick on Hunter. I think his name is Jaquez Hunter, who could be something. I don't know. So with Stafford, he needs to be really extra reliable here. And with his back issues, I don't know if he can. I really don't know if he can. But with Sean McVay as the coach, that is the key thing, because I think he is a top 5 coach in this league.
No, he's a great coach.
Yeah, I think this may be another team that relies heavily on the run if Matthew Stafford can't throw the ball at the way that he has been over the last few years, because they have a really good running back core. Jarquez Hunter, I like him a lot out of Auburn. Watching him at Auburn last year, he was phenomenal, and I think getting him in the 4th round with how good the running back class was last year, I think he's definitely a sleeper, and he's not going to be a starter this year. Kyron Williams has been doing really well, and then of course Blake Corum, they drafted him in like the 2nd round or whatever it was last year. But I think they have depth at running back. They don't have depth at quarterback, and that's definitely scary going into this year.
And I don't think any of us mentioned it, but they did add defensive tackle in Puna Ford, who was one of the best run stoppers in the league. He was ranked as the 5th highest graded interior defender by Pro Football Focus in 2024. And this is a team last year, according to team rankings, they were 29th in opponent yards per rush and 19th in opponent rushes per game and 28th in opponent rushing yards allowed per game. So having a guy like that at the defensive front line, I think is going to help provide more resistance up front in the primary defense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I agree.
This defense, man, they have some players, man.
I still think this team is going to win this division if Stafford stays healthy, and I think he will stay healthy. So, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I agree.
I forgot to put a prediction for them, but
the 49ers,
what are you gonna say, Jeffrey?
them and the 49ers, I think, are going to be the two teams that wind up at the top of this division. But like you're saying, it just depends on Stafford. If he's good, then they're going to be good. If he's not, then they're in big trouble.
Yeah, 1000% agree. And do you think I wouldn't be shocked, by the way, if this is it for Stafford? Like if it with the back holding up, it's just when your back is in that bad shape, I just don't know how long you could go unless you want to
Just when you need injections, that's no joke.
Then again, it's Matthew Stafford. That dude powers through injuries, so you never know.
He played in Detroit Lions when they were terrible. With that terrible, I'm sure he could go through a lot. Yeah, I felt so. And he changed the narrative on his career. People forget when he was on Detroit, people thought he was a loser. People thought he was just a stat patter. But he proved when he got traded to the the Rams, that he proved that he could be a winner, and he led them to the Super Bowl.
Not to me. I knew he was a phenomenal quarterback. I didn't care what anyone said with him. Yeah. But we got to admit, Stafford going to the Rams for Goff and all those picks has to be the greatest win-win trade of all time. NFL history.
Both franchises benefited, honestly. 100%. I don't think you could ask for anything better.
Yes, the Rams got the Super Bowl championship. I think the Lions benefited more because not only did they get Jared Goff, but the picks that they got, the first-round picks, I know one was used on Panay. I think the other was used on, it was either Pete Rose Betting Association alumni, Jameson Williams, or I can't remember what the other first-round pick was. Maybe it was Jack Campbell. I don't remember. But the point is, the picks really helped them build that team. And it was the greatest win-win of all time.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So I didn't have a prediction down for this team. I have to make it on the spot. So what I'm gonna, if Matthew Stafford can stay semi-healthy, I can see this team maybe going 11-6. I think that's a reasonable, because this team has a lot of talent. I like their defense, but if he could at least stay semi-healthy, but if the back is an issue and stuff like that, then I'll say 8 to 9 wins, because it really depends on Matthew Stafford's health. But I feel like if he can stay healthy, I can see them easily getting over double-digit wins with this team. But that's a big if.
Yeah, I think best case scenario, I think they're going to be 10-7. So, but I honestly think that's not going to happen. I think they'll probably wind up being 8-9.
Yeah, I feel like Stafford's going to miss some time. I feel like it's going to hurt them. Yeah. Jimmy G,
maybe they'll take Kirk Cousins. That'd be great. Maybe they'll replace him.
Maybe. Imagine if all things go wrong and they get like a top 5 pick and they just are the ones that take Archie Manning. Imagine that.
Oh, nah. I mean, we need to see him play better first in college.
Yeah.
Nick, what was your prediction on the team? I don't know if you made yours yet.
Yeah, I did. I predict this team to win the NFC West. I have them at 11 wins. If Stafford is healthy. If Stafford is not healthy, I have them at 8 wins.
Yeah, so I agree with Nick. I have them winning the division if Stafford's healthy. If not, I got the Niners winning the division if he doesn't stay healthy. But yeah, damn, that was a good episode, ladies and gentlemen. That was a great one, smooth. Guys, it was great having you guys on. Tell people where they can find you guys, man.
Go ahead.
No, you first. This is the first time I'm meeting you on this show. I want you to go first.
Oh, what a nice guy.
I'm a very nice guy.
I think that's the nicest thing.
You go first, dude.
I'm very gracious and courteous, man. I like that. We love hearing DJ Sports Show.
You know what? You got to send me his Instagram or something.
I don't have Instagram.
No, I can give you his number. I can give you his number.
You can give me I could give. Well, I first tell me where to find you so I can find you and we'll figure it out.
Instagram, Jeffrey _. Robinson. On Instagram, you'll find I'm a sports writer, Chick-fil-A manager. Fun fact.
Chick-fil-A manager.
Working on
I like this guy. I like this guy.
Yo, what a sponsor, bro.
You'll see. I got a great dog too, so you'll see it all on Instagram.
You got Twitter too, right, Jeffrey? I forgot. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't really use it though.
Twitter?
I think I have 2 followers. I mainly just use it for NFL memes. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding with you, DJ. I'm just saying X marks the spot with Twitter. All right, so you can find me on X Just Google my name. You know where to find me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm thinking Instagram. I'm thinking Blue Sky. I still am debating with myself. I don't know. I'll have to flip a coin. I really got to think about it. Maybe you two could convince me when the show is over during our discussions whether I should join or not.
I know nothing about Blue Sky,
But
so I'm
you
not
know
gonna
something
say
about
I don't know anything
Instagram.
about
Keep in
Blue
mind.
Sky.
Keep in mind, I said Instagram here as well.
That's true.
Yeah. Are you on TikTok, Nick, or no? I feel
No, I
you're
don't
not
have
on TikTok.
I don't have a watch on my wrist, so I don't have a TikTok.
Oh, funny guy. Wow, real bringing the humor to the podcast.
We both. I think people.
This guy is a funny guy, and he's never had a girlfriend too. You gotta keep that in mind. He's nice and
Yeah.
Still
I bring people. I bring people on the show who have a great sense of humor, just like me. You know, bring people who look or like just like me, man.
Just like
that's
me.
how you.
Wow.
That's how you.
That's great.
That's how you get great episodes like this.
Speaking of TikTok,
yes,
I think the show might be ending soon, unfortunately. So sad.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was a little bit of the after show. You know, I'm your host DJ Hamilton, DJ Sports Show, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and share anybody you know who loves sports. And we'll see y'all next time for the NFC East. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.
Bye-bye.